Hello and welcome back to Mr. Red Dragon 553, and today we are going to be doing some more of the Lost World. Gotta get some of that information. Oh yeah. Right. So, if you didn't notice, right now I'm by myself, so you won't hear any of my friends right now. But yeah. Not a bad thing. So how's your guys' day today, and what do you believe to be the best aspects of yourself as a person, and what aspects of a person do you believe you could work on personally? If you ask me what kind of person I am, I'm gonna tell you right now, I can be a very honest person, but I can be very harsh and very sometimes come off very rude when I do be honest, but as well as I can be very immature and silly a lot of times. Now that's just one thing that I do know about myself, is that my immaturities do come off very huge, you know. Now whether or not that's something that can be worked on through help, it'd be interesting. But I do know a lot of people can see me as very intimidating for a lot of reasons as well, because I am a very big, I guess you can call me the big teddy bear of people. You know, I got like that kind of dad bod that Shrek has, you know. Sounds so fucking weird. I can't believe I said that, but no, fucking hell. But altogether, the type of person I am is that kind of person who's immature, but also when I'm immature but I'm honest. I can do a lot of stupid things, that's for sure. I can say a lot of stupid things too, you know. Sometimes I like to shock people. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes that's what I like to do. I like to see people's reactions by saying really outlandish things. Now, is that appropriate? No. And I don't think that should be something that everyone does, but that is something that I do. And I do admit that sometimes I do go too far in what I say, and sometimes it can land me in very bad circumstances, I guess you could say. Oh, why did they only make that? Hey, this is one thing I find funny in Lego games. So, if you ever play Lego Jurassic, no, hold on. If you play Lego Indiana Jones and stuff like that, you'll notice that they kind of use the same kind of set ideas for their characters, which I know it's oh fuck, I forgot about the raptor in this part. But like, oh, fuck. But in honesty, I gotta say this now is, in Lego games, I noticed that a lot of the attributes are kind of weird, because it's like, in real life, I don't, see, it's weird because they kind of use this idea of like, oh, you know, these characters are the only characters to have certain abilities. And in Lego games, there's different abilities, and what I find it weird is that they give some abilities to like the weirdest, you know, the weirdest archetypes. Like for instance, like Lego Indiana Jones, all females scream. I was like, okay. Now I get that maybe a thing that, like, you know, the developers did, but like I don't think that comes off as very genuine. I find that because there's probably, you know, you could probably make use of the screaming ability in different ways, even. Like for instance, if you play Lego Batman, I like how instead of having a screaming ability, essentially in order to break, you know, like glass and stuff, their ability is to use sonar, which is very, you know, that actually makes sense. You know, I like that, where it's like instead of having like this fucking stupid, oh, I'm gonna scream, it's like, no, they're actually using this ability where it's like, oh, this actually comes off pretty intelligent. Oops. Oh, I got it first try, nice. Yeah. Alright, so just gotta go here. But you know what I mean, like, for instance too, like, you know, not all, like, it's like that too, where it's like in Lego Indiana Jones as well, and even this game I find, only females can have high jump. It's like, what? Like I said, like, I like the Lego the other Lego games where it's like they make it part of the characters where it's like it makes sense, you know? Like for instance, like, let's say for instance you're playing like Lego Batman, okay? That game makes sense for the abilities, you know? Characters that can do long jumps would probably, you know, be acrobatics. That makes sense. Okay, now what about other characters, you know? Like, see, this is the thing I like, is, does it make sense enough to come off genuine, right? Because I think, like, that's the thing, is you want to have this aspect that's like, okay, this makes sense, you know? But having having stereotypical archetypes, it's like, you know, like, I'm trying to remember what game it was. There's like, they make some use of it where it's like they confuse you for moments where it's like, oh, what's this character do? And then you get confused, and then you test them out, and then it's like, oh, okay, that works. That's cool. But like, that's what I like, is characters which you don't know until you know. This game, it tells you what the characters do. But I just find that sometimes those tropes where it's like everything's the same is pretty lazy, you know. And, you know, like, all girls scream, all girls have high jump. It's like, come on, really? That's dumb. Why not have it where it's like, you know, I don't know, it makes sense to me. But, oops. It's like the photography skill. It doesn't make sense unless it's really needed. I don't know if gas pumps actually extend that far in real life, but I don't think they would. Well, this is the part where like Ian gets fucking.
Inside anywhere.
Inside anywhere. Oh no, it's inside. You know what's inside? More raptors. No, I think the Jurassic Park series kind of highlights like it highlights like what would actually happen if dinosaurs existed. Like, you know, I get that a lot of people would probably be like, oh, dinosaurs, if they were real, that'd be cool, but it's like Jurassic Park kind of shows exactly the reason why scientists should not recreate dinosaurs for real. You know, it's not this aspect of, oh, just because they're cool you could do it. You know, it's this aspect of, you know, should you go through with it? Is it a good idea? I mean, these are creatures, you know. Oh, fuck. Take a picture, smile for me, show me your hungry teeth. Yeah, you're hungry for me, aren't you? Yeah, show me those pearly whites, you son of a bitch. Fucking, I'm so out of it sometimes. I'm like, whoa. I always hated that in horror movies. It's like they scream. It's like in general situations, I don't think people like. I get that some people would probably scream in panic, but they would not stand there and scream. They probably run and scream in real life. You know, where it's like, you know what I mean? They generally like. I find that weird, but that's just me. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Alright, fuck off, you little raptor. Yeah. You know what I mean, like, if you, whenever you watch, like, I think that's why, like, a lot of horror movies, I don't like horror movies, or, like, you know, movies that are, like, they call themselves thrillers, but it's just, like, it's not really thrilling, like, because it's, like, I find them tend to be more annoying when it's, like, you see the people scream, and then, like, there's no genuine real scares, it's just this fucking, like, fake ass like jump scares in a lot of movies. Like, I think that's why I don't like horror movies, is because it's like there's no real scares, there's no genuine like fright. It's just this whole fucking like, oh, it's scary because there's a jump scare. It's like, I really fucking hate that. It's like, I actually want to be scared to be scared, not fucking like not have a jump scare, you know what I mean? It's like I want to be terrified knowing that something's going to get them, but at the same time without having a jump scare. That's probably why I don't like horror movies, and that's probably why I can't defend them in the same way as like people would. You know, it's just like it's this genuine like thing of like it's a criticism that I do have. It's like, you know, I want to be scared for the people, not be scared, you know, just because. Oh fucking hell, mate! Like that's the thing, is like, wouldn't you rather be scared knowing that like it's like, oh, you know, this could happen, or like you don't know what can happen. Like that's a genuine, you know, it's like, for instance, like let's say for instance too, okay, you know, you got your horror movies, you know, they're bent on, you know, trying to terrify people, okay? That makes, you know, that's a, you know, like that's what horror movies are supposed to do. They're supposed to scare people, right? When you see like a lot of horror movies done nowadays, it's just like, it comes off very fucking lazy, I guess you could say. It's like, they don't generally come off in the same regard as, you know, like, oh, this is cool, you know. It just comes off as like, jump scares are, you know, one thing. But like, for instance, if you watch The Exorcist, so I think one of the scenes that scared me as like a kid is the fucking the scene where the little girl's like running down the stairs, and like just at the time it seems unhuman, you know. It's like, oh, like, because it's like I think that's why a lot of movies back then generally are more terrifying, is because like, remember there was, I think like I don't know if it was part CG or not, but I do know that like there's a lot of stuff that is very like in older films it's more genuine, you know. They got a lot more like practical effects and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, that's pretty awesome, you know. The fucking raptor. It's like, no, 6. But no, like that's the thing I like in a lot of movies, is like I really appreciate the, you know, like the real feeling, because it's like you don't have this, you know, you don't have, you know, the scares that are based on jump scares. You have the scares of like, this is unhuman, you know. I think that's why a lot of horror movies work back then, is because it was very unhuman. It was very unorthodox to the way that, like, how something would move, you know. Like, I think that's why a lot of movies fail in the term of horror movies, because like I said, you know, when I watch an older movie, it comes off more genuine and more terrifying because it seems more realistic. As like nowadays, you watch a movie and it's just like, oh, it's a curse. It's like, you know, and like it's like, oh, jump scare. It's like, these are not real scares. These are fucking like fake ass scares that are not even genuine. Like, they don't terrify, you know, they're not terrifying to leave a mark, because it's like you know, either you can see them coming or whatnot. The first Jurassic Park movie, you know, it had, you know, it actually is kind of like a terrifying movie in its own regards, because it's like the best scenes in the very first Jurassic Park are for like, if you're going to make a horror movie based on something, Jurassic Park is a good example of what to do right. You know, one of the biggest focuses in Jurassic Park, you know, the biggest scenes that are very impactful, which do terrify. The one with the T-Rex where it's like it comes out, you know, it's very fucking suspenseful. Then, you know, you got the, you know, you got the T-Rex scene, which, you know, is very terrifying to people, okay? You got, so there's the T-Rex scene, then there's the scene with the car, where it's like, they're in the tree, it's like, we just made it past this, but we're not done yet. And that's the thing that makes it all the more terrifying, where it's like, okay, not only do they have to worry about the dinosaurs, but they also gotta worry about, you know, all this other stuff too. You know, they gotta worry about the environment, they gotta worry about their, you know, the stuff that they create, you know. It's a really interesting fact, because it's like, you know, it's not just the dinosaurs they have to worry about, it's everything else incorporated. It's really cool if you think about it like this. Hello my baby, hello my honey, hello my stupid roof. I tried to bite you, but I didn't get through. I fucked up so badly, here I am right now, falling to the ground. I think that's the general thesis, is like, you know, Jurassic Park, there was not really any bad guys, because it's like, well, except for Dennis, fucking the engine people trying to steal, you know, the embryos, but I mean, altogether, if you think about it, you know, there's only, like I said, there's not really a bad guy in Jurassic Park, except for when it's like people trying to steal from them, you know. But hey, funny. So this has been an adventure. But yeah, so lessons we learned. I wonder if I can do. Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can glitch through this and get it. Sometimes where I glitch through. If you watch my one video, I just I wonder. There's this one video. If you watch the one video, I'm.
What about the others? There must be more survivors. There's another chopper coming.
There's another chopper coming for Arnold. It's like, if you're wondering why the dinosaurs on Isla Sorna are more aggressive than Nublar, it's because of the fact that they eat sheep, and apparently there's like this virus that infected them in the books. Which, what about the others? Huh? What about the others? I'll tell you what happened to the others. They got into an orgy, and then T-Rex ate them. Kids, do not search up orgy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, parents. You can go ahead and dislike the video. Or you can give it a thumbs up because I educated. No, I'm just kidding. Roland Tembo. His book, you gotta read the books. They're pretty interesting. If you don't own the book, what you can do is you can go to YouTube and probably get watch the video of like or not, you can listen to the video of a guy reading the books, even though the fucking first like 10 minutes or so is like him reading ads, which make absolutely no sense. And I'm like, what the fuck, why is there ads? Like, they're talking about ads, they're not like saying like, you know, talking about the book indirectly. So you get confused. It's like, is this part of the book? And it's like, Engines is a proud sponsor of Verizon Wireless, also a proud sponsor of Clever Girl. Yeah, that's my favorite magazine too. Alright, I'll see you guys next time on the next Mr. Red Dragon 543. Alright, peace.